All right. Thanks for warming up the mic there, Ryan. You can throw a couple dead baby jokes in there if you really want to round out the set. Jesus. Man, thank you guys all for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you Brass Rail for hosting us. Give it up for your host, David. Yeah. Now, you guys are great. I had no idea we would have this. I didn't know there were this many people in Binghamton, New York. Holy shit. No, this is great. This is actually my first 1 hour set. First 1 hour set ever. Yeah, maybe wait till the end. You can decide if you want to make those sounds. That's cool. That's what I tell women. That's a joke. I don't have a lot of sex. So, yeah. No, a comedian told me, he was like, Mike, you look really fuckable. So it must be the shit that you say to them. He's not wrong. Not wrong. Not wrong. That's correct diagnosis. Yeah, so a little bit about me. My name's Mike. I am Christian, but also dyslexic, so I believe in my dog. Yeah, my dog is an awesome dog. I'm sure your dog's an awesome dog too. I'm not like locked in on the Christianity. Like we're very open-minded in Ithaca. That's great. I'm a lot older than I look. I can tell that I'm older than I look now because when I see the Depends commercials, the women in them look pretty hot. And I'm sure I can probably get at least some of them wet. So, you know, it's easy target, easy target. Some of you are not laughing right now. I'm not going to point out who. No, it's good. I've been living in Ithaca for like 19 years. I don't know if you know this about Ithaca, but things are a little bit liberal in Ithaca. Yeah, I can't wear this ring there. They'll call me a capitalist. It's try to kill me. But I feel like it's rubbing off on me. I start to feel like I'm getting a little more liberal because when I watch The View, those women are starting to look a little hot too. Only when they're not talking though. Just to be clear, I have standards. I have standards. Now, as I was driving down here, I saw a billboard just outside of town and it said, warning, opioids may be addictive and dangerous, right? And that's why I knew Binghamton had a real problem with poor quality opioids. Because they're supposed to be highly addictive and delicious, based on what other comedians have told me. Yeah. I'd like to fantasize sometimes about when I'm a famous comedian and making money and companies want to sponsor me, that I'll get to rewrite some of their crappy corporate slogans that nobody remembers anyway to something more funny. So I like to practice. So this segment is brought to you by Hyundai. Hyundai, for people who probably weren't going to have sex again anyway. I think some of you might be Hyundai drivers. That joke usually gets more laughs. I'm sorry, Binghamton. Upgrade to Hondas, okay? Hondas, helping nerds get inside something Japanese for the first time since 1970. I can do this shit all night. I don't care. Yeah, no, I'm a little bit smart. I graduated from college cum laude. I was a little bit surprised at that because I barely came at all in college. At any volume whatsoever. Quietly, loudly, like whatever. I saw some truck nuts on my way down here. I forgot those existed. So for those of you who are young and not rednecks, truck nuts are very realistic looking, disturbingly realistic, I would say, looking silicone testicles that people put on the back of their truck for some apparent reason. I have no idea why. It makes no sense to me because no woman and not even the gayest man is into nuts. Right? She clapped a little bit too loud, sir. I don't want to infer anything, but yeah, no, I'm serious. No woman and no gay dude has ever hooked up with somebody and gone home and called her best friend and be like, yo, You're not gonna believe this, but he had the hottest nuts. Never been said in the English language. Only people who like them are allegedly heterosexual rednecks. It's really weird. It makes no sense to me. So I got a truck cock. That makes sense to me, right? It's already making my life easier. I'm not supposed to drive my kids to school ever again. In fact, I can't drive that within 500 yards of the school anymore. I wish gay dudes would stop trying to brake check me, though. It's getting a little bit annoying. Yeah. Dude, is anybody here married? Married people? All right. Okay. Who's been married the longest in this room? Who's still married? Anybody? Throw out a number.
9.
9. Oh, that's low. Double digits, people.
24.
24. Can anybody top 24? 24. Do I have a 25? Beer pyramid in the back. I'm not hearing anything from you guys.
We're all not married. So.
I'm shocked by the size of the pyramid of beer cans on that table. That's your answer. Okay, 24. Pretty solid, right? I've been married for 16 years. Yeah. All right. Don't clap too much. I'm not married anymore. Yeah, I'm sorry. I made you guys feel a little bit bad there. Trust me, I felt a lot worse. A lot worse. No, I felt really bad. I was the one who was like trying to hold it together at the end and like, you know, we can work through this. We couldn't work through it. But yeah, at the end, I felt a little bit better because I realized during the course of the marriage, I did win 4 awards for sex. Yeah, 3 boys, 1 girl. Right. Okay, my ex-wife does not like that joke either. She thinks the term awards for sex is very inappropriate. And she prefers I use the proper terminology, which is participation ribbon. Yeah. If we're being honest, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Because that was like 5 minutes of effort on my part. Yeah, I'm talking 5 minutes cumulatively, not per instance. Not trying to screw up your 9-year marriage there. The goal to a good marriage is keep expectations low, and then exceed them just a little bit. So, you know, if you can hit 1:30, like you'll make it to 10 years. It'll be great. No, you can do it, man. I believe in you. Yeah. At least you said that. He said that makes one of us. Dude, at least you said that and not your wife. That would have been way worse. Way worse. Okay, nice. All right. Binghamton has faith in you. Yeah. No, it's wild. My ex-wife used to think that I was on the spectrum. Yeah. She definitely talked to me like I was on the spectrum. And, I mean, that's probably fair too, because I don't know if anybody's explained how spectrums work. They start at 0%, and then they go to 100%. So, really, I probably am. And also, if you're having an argument with a woman who's about to destroy your life, and you feel the need to point that out to her, probably your number isn't 0. Probably solidly like 10 to 15 range, if we're being honest, right? Yeah. It's cool. I mean, we're divorced now. We still support our dreams. I mean, luckily, one of my dreams was to be stuck in Ithaca, New York, and raising 4 kids half-time on 50% of my income, and do comedy on the side to make pocket money. So basically, every time you see me up here, I'm fucking killing my dreams. Yeah, it's great. I heard awe from over there and claps from over there. All right, we're gonna work with the claps. We're gonna work with the claps. Yeah, maybe with that kind of support, I could have gotten up to 1:32. You know? No. So bad, so bad. No, like the whole marriage thing probably wasn't gonna work. Like she actually came out with a very rare condition. Towards the end of our marriage, she came out as asexual, which, if we're being honest, was a little bit of a head fake after the 4 kids. And everybody gets really quiet when I start talking about this. Don't worry, everyone, she recovered. 100% full recovery. Honestly, like, she could have taken a little more time. It was almost insulting how fast she recovered from that. I mean, it turns out it was a highly localized condition to like the 3 square feet that my body occupies on planet Earth at any given time, plus or minus 8 inches. That's the right response, everyone. Not a silence of incredulity like I usually get in Ithaca. That's the right response. Dude, you're only the second crowd ever that's known what to do with 8 inches, so give it up for yourselves, Binghamton. Yeah, she definitely didn't. It's all good. I mean, I have a girlfriend now, and we argue a little bit, but luckily, you know, some people are big believers in make-up sex. She prefers make-up abstinence. Yeah, that's a joke. I don't have a girlfriend anymore either. She's out of here. She was, that didn't last so long. Yeah. So, I gotta say, I went to the bookstore because I was like, I need to read some self-help books because I keep having relationships that don't go so well. And it was kind of wild because when I was there, I saw a book for women on how to make men come, right? Some of you guys are laughing. Women, if you need a book to make men come, something has gone wrong. I don't want to overgeneralize, I'm just saying, because books are the wrong kind of friction. Dude, I think I just killed that lady. No, it's true. Like, honestly, women, you have it easy. Like, remove some articles of clothing. Get a body part reasonably moist. Apply friction, repeat as necessary. Boom, like, done. You are all PhDs now. You're welcome, Binghamton. Now it's why. Guys, you're probably gonna want a couple books. If we're being real. Guys, you're probably gonna want a couple books, yeah. No, it's hard because women, like, sometimes you're like different every time. And it sucks, like, guys, we're trainable. We can learn cheat codes. A lot of us grew up in the 80s. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. Some of you don't know what that means. Okay, if you play a game that's made by Konami, you just got 30 extra lives. And if you're with a chick, she just had an orgasm, so you're welcome. Yeah. Facts. No, and some women, it's great, like, you're helpful, and you start yelling out instructions, but we gotta be real, like, that shit gets confusing sometimes. Because your instructions start sounding like a schizophrenic driving instructor. Yeah, it's like faster, faster, slower, slower, faster. Take the left, take left. No, not that left. God damn it. What I'm trying to say is I failed driving class in high school. Yeah. Did anybody here grow up in the 80s? 80s? Anybody? Oh, wow. Anybody else? Okay. A couple drunk guys at the beer pyramid. All right, that's cool. All right, well, if you didn't grow up in the 80s, I'm sorry. You're going to have to do some research when you get home to understand these jokes. But they're awesome, so I'm just going to fucking tell them anyway. And so I grew up in the 80s, in the 90s, and things were different back then. Life was simpler, right? Kids didn't have TVs in their room, computers in the room, smartphones in their pocket. Like, you had one TV in the whole house, right? And where was it? Living room, right? That was sometimes problematic. Yeah. So my mom was an ex-nun. She was a nun for 20 years. And she had this secret power. I don't know if your mom's had it too. You can let me know. She would walk in at the most inappropriate part of any show. All right, maybe it's not a nun thing. All right, it's a mom thing. Cool, I always thought it was a nun thing. That's all right. And then it sucked, because you could be watching the most appropriate show ever. You'd be watching The Brady Bunch. And it would just so happen at that moment, Marsha Brady got a new bikini and she was going to the beach, right? And your mom walks in and she's like, what is this trash? And I'm like, Mom, it's the Brady Bunch. It's totally innocent. She's like, if that's true, then why are your pants off? I was like, Mom, that is correlation, not causation. Because I'm smart. I graduated cum laude. Yeah, and then also it was really hard. Like in the 80s and 90s, if you heard a term you didn't understand that wasn't in the dictionary, you had no way to find out. This is a real problem. So you would hear things like the word BJ, and you're like, this sounds important. Like, I need to find out what this is. So you would like listen around like a spy. Like, because you didn't want to be the nerd that just asks your friends, you know, that you don't know, right? That's stupid. So you'd like listen around and like spy, and then after a couple weeks you'd hear like, oh, BJ means blowjob. I was like, shit, I don't know what that means either. And for being honest about the word blowjob, I don't think it adequately describes what happens in that. Yeah. Some of you are quiet, so I'm a little worried right now. Fun fact, you should never blow air into a vagina. In case Binghamton, you don't know what the word blowjob means, I'm trying to save a life later tonight. And I would never do that. I would never do that even to my own worst enemy. I don't know why I'm giving my own worst enemy cunnilingus. That's a side story. But I will say, when I was like headed down the trajectory of divorce, I may have wondered a few times, like, how much air? Like, are we talking a sneeze? Or do I have to like blow up a balloon animal? Like, I didn't do it, Binghamton, okay? I just thought it. Shit, where was I? Oh yeah, blowjob. So yeah, and you knew, like, if you didn't want to ask your friends and you couldn't, there's no internet, you couldn't look it up, you could go home and ask your parents. But if your mom is an ex-nun, that is not a good idea, because she's not going to know either, right? But then she's like, oh, dude, I have an idea. Go ask the altar boy. They knew. Too soon for that one, Binghamton? It's been happening for a little while. I like gave that a solid 50 years before bringing that joke. Yeah. In the 1980s, you know, it was like the best of times, the worst of times. We had real insults in the 1980s. You know, now I'm on a college campus. I hear kids say things like, you need to do better. Oh, really? I do? I'm doing stand-up at a bar on Sunday in Binghamton. I think I know. I need to do a lot better. I'm going to drink what I make before I leave tonight. I do need to do better. It's all good. And back in the day, we had real insults. Like, there was no N-word. I lost some of you on that. Obviously, there was the actual N-word. That predates the 80s by a little bit. But there was no phrase, the N-word. So if you're going to say it, you just had to like raw dog it and send it. That was a ballsy move, right? And you know, now there's like a word for everything, right? There's the F word, which is not this, it's this, you know, right? You can't say that anymore. There's the R word, right? Retarded. You're not supposed to say that anymore. That's crazy. I was going to do a joke that's probably not going to work. So like half of this set, usually comics when they do a 1 hour set, they've practiced all the sets a million times. Half of the set I've never practiced. So I'm just going to fucking send it. I mean, I think the 80s was a better time. You could say fag, retard, and still not going to say that last one. All right, Binghamton, thanks for laughing at that. I wasn't sure if I was going to get my ass kicked. The night's young. Still got a couple more. This, you know, hey, happy Pride Month for any of my Pride friends here. All right, yeah. We're going to be inclusive. I'm going to roast the shit out of everyone tonight. So if I haven't hit your diversity or ethnic group, just wait. It's coming. Yeah, where was I? No, in the 1980s. So crazy shit, like we used to get called retards by our teachers. Some of you don't believe me. That is true. When I was in 4th grade, 9 years old, I wrote a short essay. The teacher thought it was so bad, he read it out loud in front of the class and roasted it after every line. Right? That would never happen today, because my writing skills have improved dramatically. There's one teacher, he was an ex-Green Beret. He just exuded fear, and he would do this exercise where he would call on people for the homework problems, and if he sensed that people hadn't done the homework, he would collect it and grade it. Right? So one day, he's calling on people and calls on Katie, and he's like, Katie, what's the answer to number 2? She's like, I don't know. He's like, you didn't do the homework, did you, Katie? And she said, nope. And that was the real wrong answer. He said, you know what, Katie? I'm so glad to have you in my class, because that way the second dumbest kid doesn't have to feel quite as bad about himself. Yeah. I thought that was really cold.